Please remain standing for our national anthem, after which Sophia Kissling, a PhD candidate in the interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences in this year's graduating class, will deliver the student-initiated invocation. Sophia.
UNMC is a home for graduate students from over 30 different countries, which has given us the opportunity to learn from each other. Now, our family, friends, faculty, and administrators have come together to celebrate our accomplishments. The accolades earned and the degrees conferred as a result of hours spent in the lab collecting data, stressful evenings spent preparing applications, panic-filled nights rehearsing a presentation, early mornings spent analyzing data hoping for statistical significance, and countless days spent hunched over a computer reading, writing, and revising manuscripts. This day is a culmination of our years of hard work and diligence. As we gather, recognizing our diversity in beliefs, values, faith traditions, but honoring our unity and gratitude, let us take a moment to thank those who supported us alongside in this incredible journey. We are thankful for our family and friends who have shown unconditional support and encouragement. To our mentors, professors, and collaborators, we are so thankful for your skillfully imparted instruction and training to help us become better scientists and researchers. Last but not least, we are grateful for our colleagues who joined us on this journey and countlessly offered a sympathetic ear in our scientific struggles. Our accomplishments as graduates belong not only to us, but to those around us as well. As we gather here today, we ask for a blessing to fall upon those with ears to hear and minds to understand.
Thank you. You may be seated. Welcome to the May 2024 University of Nebraska Medical Center Graduate Studies Convocation Ceremony. My name is Dele Davies, and I have the honor and privilege of serving as the Senior Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and the Dean for Graduate Studies here at UNMC. Today, we honor the achievements and perseverance of our graduates. We also recognize the contributions and support from partners, parents, children, relatives, and friends who have helped the graduates reach this milestone. We are delighted that you could join us today for this celebratory event. Joining me here on stage are several faculty and student leaders of UNMC Graduate Studies, as well as special guests. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. As I call your name, please stand. Dr. Jeffrey P. Gold, Executive Vice President and Provost for the NU System, Dean of the NU Graduate College, UNMC Chancellor and President-elect of the University of Nebraska System. Dr. Kendra Schmidt, Professor of Biostatistics, Assistant Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, and Executive Associate Dean for Graduate Studies. Dr. Karen Gould, Professor of Genetics, Cell Biology, and Anatomy, and Assistant Dean for Graduate Student Success. Dr. Sharon Metcalf, Associate Professor of Epidemiology and Director of the MSIA Health Practice and Medical Education Research Program. Dr. Metcalf is serving as one of our marshals today. Dr. Laura Bellick, Professor of Health and Rehabilitation Sciences and Director of the MSIA Graduate Program. Dr. Balak is also one of today's marshals. Namita Bhairav Butla, a PhD candidate in IGPBS, specializing in biochemistry and molecular biology. Namita is the Vice President of the Graduate Student Association, and Dr. John Leonard, President and CEO of Intellia Therapeutics. Dr. Leonard is today's keynote speaker. The other members of the platform party are the individuals who mentored our graduating students. Each will be introduced as they participate in the proceedings. Join me in welcoming and thanking our platform members. You may be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Dean of the University of Nebraska Graduate College, Executive Vice President and Provost of the University of Nebraska System, Chancellor of UNMC, and the newly announced President of the University of Nebraska System, Dr. Jeffrey Gold.
Well, thank you, Dr. Davies, and a very, very warm welcome to all of you. My remarks today will be brief because I know you have the important things to do, which is to recognize our faculty and honor, of course, our graduating students. I have just a couple of minor points that I'd like to make, maybe one or two you might remember. One is that the bestowing of a graduate degree is a critically important part of any great university. That is what distinguishes, in many instances, the really premier university systems of our nation. And today, each of you have earned that degree, and it will be a great pleasure to bestow that degree tomorrow morning. And I look forward to seeing all of you and your family and friends there. Second point is that the investment of the faculty, and with and through the faculty, the staff, in getting you to this point is huge. It is dramatically different by orders of magnitude to what goes into the individual undergraduate degree completion and so many other parts of our K-12 education system. As a result of the incredible work of our faculty and your participation in the research programs and the didactic educational programs, you will be in an extremely small minority of individuals who have received a degree of this nature. And with that comes not only rights and privileges, but comes great responsibility. And I'm sure you'll think about that, and that is the theme of what I will address tomorrow, that is to say, your responsibilities associated with your new degrees. And then finally, while I do hope you and your family members, to whom we owe a great deal of gratitude, will celebrate this degree, this milestone, but being awarded a graduate degree, being awarded any degree, but certainly being awarded a graduate degree, is a truly life-defining moment. And I hope that you will not only celebrate, take some great pictures, and create some memories of the events, but what I really hope is that you'll have a few minutes at least, if not more, to reflect on not only what has happened in the past, but how you will harness this moment in time to address your future direction, to ask really very fundamental question of why did you do this, and most importantly, what are you going to do with it? There's not a single individual seated in this room that is not capable of really creating a future, not just for a community or a nation, but for the world. Your knowledge, your experience, your skills are unique, very, very carefully developed. But it's up to you to take that direction. And it's not going to happen passively. It's not going to be, I'll see what's going to happen. It's about setting a goal, understanding fully, as I've told my own children, not to say that they listen, but that we all know that insanity is hereditary. By the way, you get it from your children. I've learned that without a doubt. That goal will change over time, and it should change over time. But you at least need that aspirational goal to set a direction, to understand why and how you're going to take your knowledge, your skills, your experience, all of the friendships and relationships that you've built, and do something truly remarkable. So I thank you for the opportunity to spend a few minutes with you today. Unfortunately, I can't stay for the rest of your ceremony, and I very much look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning. Thank you, and Godspeed on your journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor President Gold. President Gold has taken UNMC to incredible heights over the last 10 years, and I'm excited to see what happens to the NU system under his leadership over the next several years. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Nick Wojtanek, who is the President of the Graduate Studies Engagement Council of the UNMC Alumni Association, to share some comments. He's going to do it via video.
Good evening. Good evening. It is my absolute pleasure to congratulate each and every one of you on this incredible accomplishment. My name is Nick Wojtanek. I'm currently working at Verastem Oncology.
We're going to abort this. I'm not sure what's going on. So maybe we might get this later on. So thank you, Nick. The goal of this convocation ceremony is to honor and celebrate the achievements of our faculty and students. To begin that process, we would like to recognize the recipient of the Distinguished Graduate Student Mentor Award. The Graduate Student Association established this award, and students administer the award process and select the recipient. The selection criteria focuses on mentorship across multiple realms, with the award ultimately recognizing a faculty member whose teaching profoundly impacts graduate students and who impresses upon the students the need to care deeply about their studies. This year, the recipient of the Distinguished Graduate Student Mentor Award is Dr. Ann Anderson-Berry, professor in the Department of Pediatrics and executive director of the Child Health Research Institute. Unfortunately, Dr. Anderson was not able to join us today, so this award will be formally bestowed to her at a later date. Now we turn our focus to honor and celebrate the achievements of our graduating students. Dr. Karen Gould, Assistant Dean for Graduate Student Success, will introduce the Student Award recipients. Namita Bhairav Butla, Vice President of the Graduate Student Association, will assist with the award presentation. Dr. Gould.
We have so many students winning awards this year that I think that's what's happening. Our technical difficulties are just fate's way of giving us more time to really honor and recognize our incredible student achievements. The Service Learning and Professional Development Badge Program allows graduate students to document time spent in important career and professional development activities outside of the classroom, and to reflect on the contribution of these activities to their professional growth. UNMC offers 4 levels of recognition, bronze through platinum, with each increasing level requiring more service learning or professional development activity. 5 of our May graduates have earned recognition through this program. David Werner earned the bronze badge, reflecting completion of over 50 badge hours for his commitment to supporting the learning of students enrolled in the physical therapy program at UNMC. David, please join Dr. Davies on the stage. Over the past year, David, who already holds a doctorate of physical therapy degree, served as a lab assistant in one physical therapy course, as the lead lab assistant in another course, and as the assistant capstone coordinator for multiple groups of physical therapy students. These teaching activities were on a volunteer basis and not part of his program or his assistantship requirements. In his various roles, David helped students in a skills-based lab to develop competencies such as manual therapy techniques, served as the Omaha coordinator for a course involving students on both the Omaha and Kearney campuses, where the lead instructor was located in Kearney, and supported students in the development of writing their capstone projects. We congratulate David for his efforts, dedication, and for earning the Bronze Service Badge. Liz Berline, who is not able to join us today, also earned the Bronze Service Badge. Rachel Kerberg earned the Gold Badge for her efforts and leadership related to environmental sustainability and support for her peers. Rachel's Gold Badge reflects completion of over 150 badge hours. Rachel, please join Dr. Davies on the stage. Rachel has been very active in a UNMC student organization called the Healthy Earth Alliance, or HEAL. Rachel served as the treasurer of HEAL last year and its president this year. Through her involvement in HEAL, Rachel has organized monthly speakers on climate change and human health, coordinated cleanup and other sustainability events, and advocated for improved sustainability on campus. Last year, Rachel also served as the social co-chair of the Graduate Student Association, and in this role, she helped to organize events, including the famous GSA Halloween party, which are all designed to bring graduate students together. She also served as a volunteer in many student-centered events, such as the Graduate Studies Matriculation Ceremony, the UNMC Back to School Barbecue, and the Student Involvement Fair. We congratulate Rachel for her leadership, dedication, and for earning the Gold Service Badge. Sophia Kissling also earned the Gold Badge, reflecting completion of over 150 badge hours for her sustained leadership in the Graduate Student Association, or GSA, which is the representative body for graduate students at UNMC. Sophia, please join Dr. Davies on the stage. Sophia served as the vice president of the Graduate Student Association for 2 years and then as the organization's president this year. Over this time, Sophia has been a steadfast advocate for students' needs and interests. She's been a valued partner for the Graduate Studies leadership team and has been a key voice for graduate students throughout the development and implementation of many important initiatives, such as the establishment of the Graduate Student Wellness Hub, the Wellness Advocate Program, a new program to recognize PhD students upon reaching candidacy, and several efforts that ultimately evolved into campus-wide initiatives to address the needs of students related to transportation, safety, and housing. Sophia also saw regular informational meetings for graduate students, social events, and professional development seminars. We congratulate Sophia for her leadership, commitment, and for earning the Gold Service Badge. Now, each year, we also take the opportunity to formally acknowledge and thank the outgoing president of the Graduate Student Association. Because Sophia is graduating, we're presenting her with a token of appreciation for her service to UNMC and to the graduate student body at this ceremony. Sophia, thank you on behalf of Graduate Studies and the Graduate Council for your tireless efforts. Linda Wynn earned the Platinum Badge for her leadership and commitment to supporting her peers. Linda's Platinum Badge reflects completion of over 200 badge hours. Linda's Platinum Badge reflects completion of a diverse range of service activities and involvement. For example, Linda, who is in the MD-PhD program, served as the president of the College of Medicine class of 2024, and she has been involved in several MD-PhD program committees, such as the Admissions Committee and the Student Advisory Committee. Linda also chaired the MD-PhD program annual retreat, and as such, planned and oversaw all aspects of this important program event. Linda also mentored other students and supported their success by serving as a supplemental instructor and a peer academic wellness mentor. Linda was also the founder and vice president of a new UNMC student organization, the Asian American and Pacific Islander, or AAPI Student Association. The mission of this student association is to facilitate meaningful connection and cultural exchange between students who identify as AAPI or are interested in learning about the AAPI community. The AAPI Student Association sponsors social and professional development events, as well as community service and advocacy activities. We congratulate Linda for her efforts, dedication, and for earning the Platinum Service Badge. UNMC Graduate Studies honors students who have received national or international recognition by designating them as graduate students of distinction, and their accomplishments are highlighted on our website. Among the select group of students who have earned this distinction are 3 members of this graduating class. As I call your name, please come forward to be recognized. Abraham Delnor Kalanen. As a PhD candidate in the Interdisciplinary Graduate Program in Biomedical Sciences, specializing in neuroscience, Abraham was awarded a 4-year Ruth L. Kirstein National Research Service Award Individual Predoctoral MD-PhD Fellowship from the National Institutes of Health for his project entitled The Effect of Pubertal Hormones on the Development of Neural Oscillatory Dynamics in Youth. Abraham's research examined the effects of hormones associated with puberty on the development of memory and attention, and on the activity of neurons in the regions of the brain associated with these complex biological processes. Based on his receipt of this prestigious national fellowship, Abraham was named a UNMC Graduate Student of Distinction. Congratulations, Abraham. Corinne Monaco, a PhD candidate in the Interdisciplinary Graduate Program in Biomedical Sciences, specializing in integrative physiology and molecular medicine. Corinne was awarded a 2-year American Heart Association predoctoral fellowship for her project, Modeling Angioregression of the Corpus Luteum. Corinne's research focuses on the formation and regression of blood vessels in the corpus luteum, a transient structure that forms in the ovary and is essential for the establishment of pregnancy. Based on receipt of this prestigious national fellowship, Corinne was named a UNMC Graduate Student of Distinction. Congratulations, Corinne. Seth Springer, who is not able to join us today, was also named a UNMC Graduate Student of Distinction. The Thomas Jefferson Ingenuity Award was established in 1994 by Dr. Manichere Ibadi to recognize a student who exhibited unmatched creativity and ingenuity in completing the research requirements for the Doctor of Philosophy degree. Individuals who graduated in August or December 2023, as well as those graduating tomorrow, were eligible for this award. The winner of the Thomas Jefferson Ingenuity Award is Yun-Fan Kong, who earned his PhD in the MSIA Regenerative Medicine and Biomaterials Design Program. As a December 2023 graduate, Yun-Fan is not able to join us in person today to receive this award. Yun-Fan performed his research under the mentorship of Dr. Bin Duan, who nominated him for this award. Dr. Duan's nomination especially commended Yun-Fan for his drive, independence, and ability to learn new skills and techniques. Dr. Duan also noted that Yun-Fan demonstrated great ingenuity and creativity by developing a novel 3-dimensional polymer that binds growth factors and other bioactive compounds and allows the slow and sustained release of these substances. Yun-Fan showed that this 3D polymer can promote peripheral nerve regeneration and alleviate nerve pain through the release of key growth factors. This polymer has tremendous therapeutic potential, and a provisional patent has been submitted based on Yun-Fan's work. For these and many other reasons, Yun-Fan was selected as the winner of the Thomas Jefferson Ingenuity Award. Congratulations, Yun-Fan. The Thomas H. Rosenquist Graduate Student Award was created in 2023 in honor of Dr. Thomas H. Rosenquist, who served as the chair of the Department of Cell Biology and Anatomy and was the first vice chancellor for research at UNMC. This award recognizes a student completing the Doctor of Philosophy degree who has inspired others through their research and made a substantial investment in the learning and growth of others through teaching and mentoring activities. Individuals who graduated in August or December 2023, as well as those graduating tomorrow, were eligible for this award. The winner of the inaugural Thomas H. Rosenquist Graduate Student Award is Corinne Monaco, a PhD candidate in IGPBS Integrative Physiology and Molecular Medicine program. Corinne, please join Dr. Davies on the stage. Corinne's research focused on the formation and regression of blood vessels in the corpus luteum, a temporary structure that forms in the ovary and is essential for the establishment of pregnancy. Corinne studied the impact of fibroblasts, which are cells that create the microenvironment of the corpus luteum, on the expression of genes that regulate blood vessel formation and the hormone production in the corpus luteum. Her work also revealed that fibroblasts promote regression of the corpus luteum by stimulating local inflammation and fibrosis. Corinne has mentored 4 individuals in the research lab, and these individuals praised Corinne for her patience and her dedication in training them, for upholding the highest ethical standards in her research, and for freely giving of her time to share her knowledge, insight, and experience to help them succeed in the research laboratory. In addition to teaching and mentoring in the lab, Corinne is also committed to teaching in the classroom. She served as a volunteer supplemental instructor, providing both group review sessions and one-on-one instruction over multiple semesters for 2 different courses. In recognition of her accomplishments and commitment to research, teaching, and mentoring, we congratulate Corinne Monaco as the recipient of this year's Thomas H. Rosenquist Award. The Praisto Award is the highest honor endowed upon a graduating Master of Science or Doctor of Philosophy student by UNMC Graduate Studies. The Praisto Award is presented to the most outstanding graduate in recognition of exceptional accomplishments spanning multiple areas: academics, research, leadership, service, and outreach. The winner of this year's Praisto Award is Linda Nguyen, a PhD candidate in MSIA Patient-Oriented Research Program, who is also a part of the MD-PhD dual degree program. Linda, please join Dr. Davies on stage to receive your award and the special honor cords to be worn with your academic regalia. Linda's doctoral work involved the development of a novel method for predicting cancer recurrence and outcomes in individuals who undergo surgery for prostate cancer, using cutting-edge technology, including artificial intelligence and computational methods to identify and analyze features from biomedical images. The predictive method that Linda developed is more accurate than models that are currently in use in the clinic. This work earned Linda recognition at several national and international conferences. While Linda's scientific accomplishments are certainly impressive, her leadership and involvement in multiple UNMC student organizations and professional societies are equally noteworthy. For example, Linda served as the College of Medicine Class of 2024 president, as a member of several MD-PhD program committees, and as the president of the Radiation Oncology Interest Group. She also served as a supplemental instructor and peer academic and wellness mentor to support the success of her peers. She co-founded a new student organization, the Asian American and Pacific Islander Student Association, and served as the organization's vice president for a year. For 3 years, Linda also served as the co-director of the Midwest Student Biomedical Research Forum, an annual student-centered research meeting held in Omaha. Linda also holds leadership roles in several professional societies, including membership on 2 committees in 1 national medical society and service as an editor of the medical student column for the American Urological Association. In recognition for all of her accomplishments spanning research, leadership, service, and outreach, we congratulate Linda Nguyen as this year's recipient of the Praisto Award. I now invite Dr. Davies back to the podium.
Congratulations to all our award recipients. Of course, every one of our graduates deserves congratulations for earning your degree, as well as recognition for your accomplishments. As we continue our celebration of these accomplishments, we are delighted to have Dr. John Leonard as keynote speaker for today's ceremony. Dr. Leonard is president and CEO of Intellia Therapeutics. Dr. Leonard served a 30-year career in pharmaceutical R&D. He retired from his position as Chief Scientific Officer and Senior Vice President of Research and Development at AbbVie Pharmaceutical in 2013. Inspired by the opportunity to work to develop a new therapeutic modality and form a new company, he returned to his life's passion and joined the Intellia team to direct the research and development to make CRISPR-Cas technology into a therapeutic reality. John is among the leading R&D executives who have led breakthrough medicines through their discovery, development, and launch into blockbuster drugs. While serving as the global head of pharmaceutical R&D at Abbott Laboratories, John oversaw the development of numerous novel therapeutics. His groundbreaking work with HIV protease inhibitors Norvir and Kaletra led to the new treatment paradigms for AIDS. His years of work with a monoclonal antibody known as Humira made it the all-time top-selling drug worldwide. And he has led significant growth of the R&D pipeline at Abbott and AbbVie. John's teams were twice recognized with the prestigious Pre-Galen Award for Excellence in Pharmaceutical Research. In addition to serving on the board of directors of Intellia, John serves on the board of directors of IQVIA, which is on the New York Stock Exchange, and 3T Biosciences. John received his MD from Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine, completed his residency in internal medicine at Stanford University School of Medicine, and did a fellowship at the National Institutes of Health, where he met Dr. Howard Gandelman, who recommended him for speaking today. It is my distinct pleasure and privilege to invite Dr. Leonard to speak at the podium as our keynote speaker. Join me in welcoming him.
So thank you for that. I appreciate those warm words. I'll start by congratulating all of you for your achievement. There's nothing easy about reaching this point in your careers, and my guess is that many of you have had second thoughts along the way, especially as you saw friends and family who followed other paths and did things that perhaps you wish you could have done as well. More on that in a minute. I also know from personal experience that it's doubly difficult to get here without the support of family. So family members who are here with us today, congratulations. And thank you for helping these young scientists reach this point. I'm sure that you're all proud of them, and I hope that you're also proud of the support that you've provided. So let's turn to the matter at hand. After these celebrations finish, what are you going to do? I hope to convince you in the next few minutes that however interesting you may have found your science thus far, this is only the beginning. What you choose to do doesn't have to be just a job or a succession of roles that culminate in a career. What you choose to do can also be a great adventure. Maybe you know already what you hope to pursue and have a line of sight far into the future. But in my case, the path I followed evolved over the course of my career in ways that I could not even begin to imagine at my graduation. In fact, at a similar stage in my career, I had exactly the wrong idea of where my training would take me. I graduated from medical school in 1983, and I imagined then that I would be a doctor practicing medicine as I had seen my family physician do, or maybe get further training in some subspecialty after I finished my residency in internal medicine. But what I did not know as I was picking up my diploma that year was that the seeds of opportunities that would come to me had already been sown right in front of me in ways that I was blind to. The first seed was planted in my microbiology course. Microbiology to a medical student is the course where one learns about pathogens, how to identify them, and how they relate to clinical conditions. It's a critically important area, and we all came to class fixated on lists of bugs and the diseases they caused. After all, that's the information that we would need to show that we knew on our examinations. But the two professors who led the course, Hamilton Smith and Dan Nathans, had been awarded the Nobel Prize just 2 years earlier for the discovery of restriction enzymes. Besides the standard syllabus, they also wanted us to hear about what was becoming possible as a result of their discovery, namely the era of recombinant DNA and some possible uses for that embryonic approach. I recall that many of the students complained about deviating from learning what was necessary to pass the exams and discussing topics that had little immediate clinical utility for medicine as practiced then. Thinking about what might be wasn't part of the syllabus. In some future states, certainly was not going to be on any exam. I have to acknowledge they had a point. It was the classical perspective that we should learn what was necessary to demonstrate the required proficiency. But I also know that it's a small view, especially for people just starting out in their careers. For me, standing here today, that all seems hard to square with how fundamental recombinant DNA is to medicine, how many essential drugs use it, and the likelihood that every one of those prospective doctors from the class of 1983 have prescribed those same essential drugs. One doesn't need to be a scientist to see how recombinant DNA technology pervades our lives and even our culture. But at that time, sitting in that class in 1980, I never thought the work of those scientists would make possible much of what would play out in my still unimagined career. The next seed was sown while I was doing my first in-hospital work. While on the wards, the patients came in no particular order, and the patients admitted on the day you were on call were the patients that you spent the most time learning about. I was barely into my rotation in adult medicine in 1981 when a man was admitted with an unusual case of severe fungal esophagitis. The experts who saw him did not understand why this was happening, but they suspected he might have the syndrome recently reported in the literature. The patients in those early case reports had unusual infections typically found only in people with severe immune deficits. It was impossible to make a definitive diagnosis then for what we now know as AIDS, because at that time the condition had yet to be named, there were no established diagnostic criteria, and the virus that we now know causes it had yet to be identified. In fact, there were only a few hundred cases in the literature. For me, a student trying to learn the basics of how to take a history and examine a patient, this patient was frustrating because there was no textbook to turn to, there were no answers to the many questions. I was there to learn the basics, and this patient did not even remotely satisfy that. I graduated 2 years later, and as an intern, rotated through San Francisco General Hospital, where there was now an entire ward dedicated to patients with AIDS. The hospital was full of people with the disease. By then, at least the disease had a name and diagnostic criteria, but little else. Only later that year would the first evidence emerge that a virus appeared to be associated with the disease, although many doubts remained whether that virus, later called HIV, truly caused the disease, and it would take some time to settle that question definitively. And I had a similar experience rotating through the oncology unit at Stanford that same year, where I saw how little we had to offer many of the patients referred to that tertiary care facility. So just a few months into my training, I was already clear that we were at the limits of the pharmacopoeia. This was the opposite of what I hoped medicine would be. It was at that point that things started to really change for me. I realized I had only a limited view of where medicines came from, and more importantly, I realized that I did not know how to pose the deeper questions of how and why, or how to go about answering them. That was truly a turning point for me. But how could I hope to learn to do those things? I knew I would need skills that I did not learn in medical school, skills that would help me think molecularly. And I needed to learn a way of thinking, one not based on pattern recognition and standardized interventions, but one that asks the deeper and harder questions. I had the good fortune to go to a program at the NIH for doctors who wanted to gain other skills. In my case, I wanted to learn more about this new virus that had just been isolated. And if you're wondering, that is where I met Dr. Gendelman, who was there working in the same laboratory where I went, and I'm grateful for his taking me under his wing. So thank you, Howie, a good friend. I experienced a few painful years there while I learned. I arrived without the necessary fund of knowledge of virology, any real familiarity with the tools available for inquiry, and only an immature appreciation of the uncompromising nature, a questioning necessary to get deeper answers. I won't play it all out for you, but the arc of my career been further and further away from the medicine I had studied and intended to practice. After a few years, I left the NIH and joined Abbott Labs, a company in Chicago that was working to make medicines against HIV. Applying what I had learned in those frustrating years in the lab, and especially working with people who had skills that I did not have, we were among the first groups to make HIV protease inhibitors, a new class of medicine to treat HIV infection. Following the introduction of those drugs in 1996, the AIDS death rate in the United States fell by about 2/3 within 2 years. It was exciting to be part of a team that made a new therapy, but we also asked deeper questions about the disease process itself. Recognizing the power of the drug to stop viral growth, we calculated the rate of virus and cell turnover in patients with the disease. Those calculations taught us how to structure therapy to completely stop the virus and laid the foundation for the principles of HIV therapy used today, 30 years later. I saw other stories like that play out in the 22 years I worked in R&D there. For example, hepatitis C had not even been discovered when I was in medical school, but in the years following graduation, the virus was discovered, diagnostic agents devised, and work began on finding ways to crack the code of that infection. By 2013, we at Abbott and others devised curative regimens for the vast majority of people with that infection. Or treating rheumatoid arthritis. When I was a young boy, it was not unusual to see people with gnarled hands and feet who were wheelchair-bound from their disease. But monoclonal antibodies have changed the course of that and related illnesses. I worked on those drugs for many years while in R&D in industry. The most successful one is called Humira, and I've met many people who have benefited from it. Rheumatoid arthritis is still without a cure, but it's unusual to see patients whose disease has progressed to anywhere near the condition that we saw 25 years ago because of these and other drugs that were discovered in the last 3 decades. During the time that I was doing that work, I did not see as a physician a single person with AIDS or hepatitis C or rheumatoid arthritis in a clinic or a hospital. In fact, the last patient I saw as a clinician was on the last day of my residency in 1986, 38 years ago. My work was carried out far away from the front lines, done with scientists and clinicians working on the basic problems of disease with the goal of making new medicines from those insights. But when I add up the number of patients who have benefit, it's a big one that far surpasses the number of individuals I could ever have hoped to see in a clinical career. And in a very satisfying surprise, recently during the COVID pandemic, the first drug I worked on for AIDS in the 90s, called ritonavir, reappeared as part of Paxlovid, the antiviral regimen made by Pfizer to treat COVID infections. The US government alone provided over 20 million treatment courses shortly after the drug was approved in 2022. And now, most recently, I've had the chance to go beyond the chemistry we use for viral diseases and beyond the monoclonal antibodies for immune-related disease that, yes, are absolutely dependent on recombinant DNA technology, to the new modality of gene-based medicine called CRISPR gene editing. Because of major discoveries of systems in bacteria that can recognize and alter specific sequences of DNA, we're now able to do something that was nearly impossible not so long ago. We can repair the genes of patients suffering from illnesses that our standard tools cannot address. It's now possible to redirect cells of the immune system to treat cancers, to reprogram cells that cause autoimmunity, and to change the individual genes that cause certain diseases. I've seen all of these things done in the clinic firsthand, and I was especially proud of my colleagues at Intellia who reported the first in vivo gene editing of a human using CRISPR. Perhaps that theme, changing genes in patients, will be the backdrop to your careers. So what's the point of all these stories? First, you are only beginning. This is your commencement. Open your minds to the possibilities that will come your way. What you think you will be doing in the future can be different and far bigger from what you can imagine today, but you have to allow that to happen. I attended my 40th medical school reunion last year, and most of my fellow students were doing what they had planned to do, be doctors. That's a wonderful thing, and I would be pleased to have any of them be my physician. But I did wonder how many of them ever considered something other than the standard path. Second, the pace of innovation is accelerating, and science makes that possible. If you stay tuned in and continue to grow, you should be able to find your way to a front row seat to that innovation. Build on the skills you've learned to participate in what is coming. I guarantee you, it's more than you've imagined. Trust your instincts for what is exciting, but always evaluate that with the science you've learned. Your training should put you in a good position to separate what is possible from exaggeration and what makes sense from illusion. And last, you may hear that from some to follow your heart wherever it leads. I want you to know that the risks you take should be calculated. There's a lot at stake, something to be lost and something to be gained with each career choice you make. It rarely makes sense to bet the house. And time is always an important piece of the calculation. We can recover from most choices that fail when we take them early on. And we need to recognize that delaying new important possibilities risks missing the window of opportunity altogether. But nothing's riskless. In fact, believing that you are eliminating risks in your career may be one of the greatest risks of all, because the world evolves, and you must grow with it to stay relevant. So, I invite you to think of your career as an intellectual and personal adventure. Take the skills you've learned that come with being a good scientist, asking challenging questions and applying tools to get to deeper answers, and be sure to apply those skills throughout your life. You will find that they will take you to places that you never expected to go. I know, because it happened to me. Congratulations all, and Godspeed.
Thank you for those very inspiring words. I think you were talking to the graduate students, but I believe you're talking to all of us. Because I think the idea that we should always be flexible in how we look at our career is a very important one. And we're very amazed at the incredible impact you've had on science and on humanity over the last few decades of your career. So thank you for what you've done for so many communities of people who have benefited from your hard work. We have a small token of appreciation for spending some time with us today. And this just says, thank you, John Leonard, MD from UNMC Graduate Studies, in appreciation of presenting the keynote address for the Graduate Studies Honors Convocation Ceremony on May 3rd, 2024. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
During the next portion of our program, we will recognize our certificate recipients and celebrate the hooding of each master's and doctoral graduate. The hood is a special part of the master's and doctoral academic regalia that denotes scholarly and professional achievement. During the hooding ceremony, the student's mentor places the master's or doctoral hood over the head of the graduate, signifying their success in completing the graduate program. This is a special ceremonial event steeped in tradition, during which we will also celebrate each student's major accomplishments. I encourage you to refer to the ceremonies program, which should be on the barcode that was put up earlier. Could you put up the barcode again, please, for those who may not have it, for a more detailed listing of each graduate's achievement. Dr. Kendra Schmidt will introduce the candidates.
It's my pleasure to announce the master's degree candidates. As I call your name, please join your mentor on the stage for hooding, which will be performed with the assistance of Dr. Gould. Cassidy Stroda from Hastings, Nebraska, has earned the master's degree in health professions, teaching, and technology. Tanya Custer served as her advisor. In Tanya's place, Faye Hager is performing the hooding. Congratulations. Monica Lee Versch, please come forward. Monica is from Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and earned the master's degree in healthcare delivery science. Dr. Tammy Webster served as her advisor. In Dr. Webster's absence, Kim Michael is performing the hooding. Congratulations. It is now my pleasure to announce the Master of Science degree candidates. Graduates, as I call your name, please join your mentor on the stage for hooding. Madhulata Bomedeni from Omaha, Nebraska, has earned a Master of Science degree in biochemistry and molecular biology. Dr. Morthy Panasamy served as her advisor and is performing the hooding. Madhulata will work at UNMC as a research technologist. Congratulations. Yi He from Wuhan, China, has earned a master's degree in biostatistics. Dr. Chris Wickman served as Yi's advisor. In Dr. Wickman's absence, Dr. Gould will be performing the hooding. Yi will be working as a biostatistician after graduation. Congratulations. Pratika U. Shishiragar, please come forward. Pratiksha is from India and has earned the thesis-based Master of Science degree in Pharmaceutical Sciences. Dr. DJ Murray served as her advisor. In his absence, Dr. Gould will perform the hooding. Pratiksha has given 2 presentations and received a Graduate Studies Conference Attendance Award. Pratiksha will continue her academic career as a PhD student. Congratulations. Swati Priyanka Murkanda from India has earned a thesis-based master's degree in biochemistry and molecular biology. Dr. Ume Lakmanan served as her advisor and is performing the hooding. Swati has 1 presentation and plans to continue an academic career as a PhD student. Congratulations. Braden Riley Pinkerton is from Andover, Kansas, and earned a thesis-based master's degree in pharmaceutical sciences. Dr. Dong Wong served as his advisor and is performing the hooding. Braden has 2 publications and will continue his academic career here at UNMC as a PhD student. Congratulations. Avery John Stillen is from Seward, Nebraska, and earned a Master of Science degree in biochemistry and molecular biology. Dr. Melissa Teo served as his advisor. In her place, Dr. Panasamy will be performing the hooding. Avery has 1 presentation and volunteered with Omaha Catholic Charities. Avery will continue his academic career as a medical student. Congratulations. Cole Zachary Brennan Smith is from Lincoln, Nebraska, and earned a Master of Science degree in medical physiology. Dr. Matthew Zimmerman served as his advisor and is performing the hooding. Congratulations. Christian G. Valverde from Grand Island, Nebraska, earned a Master of Science degree in medical anatomy. Dr. Samantha Simmet served as his advisor and will be performing the hooding. Christian was the recipient of the Ray and Amy Frone Scholarship. Congratulations. Grace Marie Waldron is from Loxahatchee, Florida, and earned a thesis-based Master of Science degree in cancer research. Dr. Grinu Matthew is her advisor and will perform the hooding. Grace has 2 presentations and was the Ayakuk Laboratory Animal Coordinator for the Matthew Lab. Congratulations. Jiani Zhang from Beijing, China, earned a Master of Science degree in biostatistics. Dr. Chris Wickman served as her advisor. In his absence, Dr. Gould will perform the hooding. Gianni has 2 presentations to date. Congratulations. Congratulations again to all of our master's degree recipients. Now, I am pleased to announce the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree and to celebrate just a few of their accomplishments. As a reminder, a more detailed listing of accomplishments can be found in the program, along with the candidate's dissertation title. A. Jared Anzalone from Omaha, Nebraska, completed his doctoral studies in biomedical informatics under the supervision of Dr. Scott Campbell and Dr. James Campbell. Dr. Scott Campbell is performing the hooding. Jared's research has resulted in over 15 publications and 5 presentations. He also earned the 2023 Journal of Rural Health Paper of the Year Award and served as a UNMC student senator. He will work as an assistant professor at UNMC. Congratulations. Liliana Patricia Bronner from Omaha, Nebraska, received her PhD degree in medical sciences interdepartmental area, specializing in health practice and medical education research under the direction of Dr. Catherine Jones. Liliana's research led to 10 publications and over 20 presentations. She received an e-learning award and an Excel Student Award. She has also received the American Indian Science and Engineering Society National Award for Best Professional Chapter. Congratulations. Renee Maya Charles from Linden, New Jersey, has completed her PhD degree in medical sciences interdepartmental area, specializing in applied behavior analysis under the mentorship of Dr. Tara Fahmy, who is performing the hooding. Her work has produced 7 presentations and 1 publication. She is a board certified as a behavior analyst and recipient of the Society of Experimental Analysis and Behavior Diversity Scholarship. She has accepted the position of a postdoctoral scholar at the University of South Florida. Congratulations. Tanya Marie Custer from Gretna, Nebraska, received her PhD in medical sciences interdepartmental area, specializing in health practice and medical education research. Her supervisor was Dr. Faye Hager, who is performing the hooding. Her research has resulted in 2 presentations and an Interprofessional Academy of Educators research grant. Tanya serves as the Distance Education Director for the UNMC College of Allied Health Professions. Congratulations. Srijeni Das from Kolkata, India, completed doctoral training in the Interdisciplinary Graduate Program in Biomedical Sciences, specializing in immunology, pathology, and infectious disease. Her supervisors were Dr. Benson Igdawa and Howard Gendelman. Srijeni has produced 10 publications, 5 presentations, and was recipient of the UNMC Graduate Studies Assistantship. She will continue here at UNMC as a postdoctoral research associate. Congratulations. Armando de Alba Rosales from Mexico completed his doctoral studies in medical sciences interdepartmental area, clinical and translational research. His supervisor was Dr. Chi-Chi Zimmerman, who is performing the hooding. Armando has 7 publications and over 15 presentations. He is an assistant dean in the College of Medicine at UNMC. Congratulations. Shirley Fénelon Dallaire from Port-au-Prince, Haiti, completed her PhD degree in Medical Sciences Interdepartmental Area, Clinical and Translational Research. Her supervisor was Dr. Jane Meza, who's performing the hooding. Her research has produced 2 publications and 4 presentations. Shirley serves as an Associate Dean in the College of Medicine, Division Chief of Pediatric Infectious Diseases, and is the Director of Pediatric Global Health for UNMC and Children's Hospital. Congratulations. Suyash Sanjay Deodar from Nashik, India, completed doctoral studies in the interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences, specializing in neuroscience. Dissertation research was pursued under the mentorship of Dr. Benson Agdawa and Dr. Howard Gendelman, who is performing the hooding. Suyash has produced 6 publications, 3 presentations, and received the poster prize at the Chemistry and Pharmacology of Drug Abuse Conference. He will be a scientist at Bristol Myers Squibb in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Congratulations. Alexandria P. Eichen from Kansas City, Missouri, conducted PhD studies in interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences, specializing in cancer research, under the mentorship of Dr. Dalia El Gamal. Her work has resulted in 5 publications and 6 presentations to date. She has received the American Society of Hematology Abstract Achievement Award and was a judge for the Midwest Student Biomedical Research Forum. Congratulations. Sean Fillo from Peoria, Arizona, completed the doctoral studies in pharmaceutical sciences under the supervision of Dr. Yuri Lubchenko, who will perform the hooding. Sean has completed 7 publications and 6 presentations. He was also a T32 Alzheimer's disease and related dementias drug discovery trainee. He has accepted a position as a medical writer at Karyopharm Therapeutics in Boston, Massachusetts. Congratulations. Shushanto Halder from Bangladesh completed the doctoral work in interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences, specializing in biochemistry and molecular biology under the supervision of Dr. Surinder Batra, who is performing the hooding. Shushanto has performed 3 presentations and produced 5 publications to date. Shushanto has received the June L. Beadler Award from the American Association for Cancer Research and was an international student ambassador. Congratulations. Adrian C. Honkoop from Billings, Montana, completed the PhD studies in the medical sciences interdepartmental area, specializing in health practice and medical education research under the supervision of Dr. Russell McCullough. To date, Adrian's work has produced 10 presentations and 5 publications. Adrian served as a student senator and was the recipient of a UNMC Graduate Studies Assistantship. Adrian will continue here at UNMC as a medical student. Congratulations. Linda Mai Nguyen from Orange, California, completed doctoral studies in medical sciences interdepartmental area, specializing in patient-oriented research under the supervision of Dr. Michael Bain. As you've already heard, Linda received a service learning badge and was recipient of the Presto Award. In addition, Linda has produced more than 40 publications, over 40 presentations, and received the Dr. Deborah Romberger Dedicated Student Award and the Conquer Cancer ASCO Foundation Merit Award. Congratulations. Rebecca Jo Johnson Beller from Columbus, Nebraska, completed doctoral studies in nursing under the supervision of Dr. Susan Barneson, who will be performing the hooding. Rebecca completed a postgraduate family nurse practitioner certificate. The research has produced 7 publications and 6 presentations. Rebecca was the recipient of the Clara Mary Smith Fellowship and the Nellie House Craven Scholarship. Congratulations. Rachel J. Kerberg from Hinton, Iowa, completed the degree in the interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences, specializing in biochemistry and molecular biology under the supervision of Dr. Suchil Kumar. Rachel has 1 publication and 5 presentations to date, and was the president of the Healthy Earth Alliance, as well as one of our Service Learning and Professional Development Badge recipients. Congratulations. Abraham Delanor Kalanen from Inwood, New York, completed his doctoral work in the interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences, specializing in neuroscience under the supervision of Dr. Tony Wilson. Abraham has published 13 articles and received the Society for Biological Psychiatry Travel Award. He received an F30 predoctoral fellowship from the National Institute of Mental Health and is a graduate student of distinction. Congratulations. Sophia G. Kissling from Cortland, Nebraska, conducted her PhD studies in interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences, specializing in biochemistry and molecular biology under the mentorship of Dr. Surinder Batra. Her work has resulted in 6 publications and 7 presentations to date. In addition to receiving a Service Learning and Professional Development Badge, Sophia was a recipient of the UNMC Graduate Studies Assistantship and was the president of the Graduate Student Association and served as a UNMC student senator. She has accepted a position as a postdoctoral scholar. Congratulations. Oliver N. Kitzero from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, completed doctoral work in the interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences, specializing in molecular genetics and cell biology under the supervision of Dr. Hanjun Wang. Oliver has produced 5 publications and 10 presentations to date and was recipient of the Department of Anesthesiology Lieberman Grant. He has accepted a position of Assistant Professor of Neuroanatomy at Creighton University here in Omaha. Congratulations. Gaurav Kumar from India completed his doctoral research in health promotion and disease prevention research under the supervision of Dr. Dejun Su. Gaurav's work has produced 12 publications and 10 presentations to date. Gaurav will work as a postdoctoral associate at Oklahoma State University in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Congratulations. Kevin Lee from China completed his doctoral work in the interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences, specializing in biochemistry and molecular biology. His mentor was Dr. Surinder Batra. Kevin has 3 publications and 6 presentations to date and was the recipient of the Doreen J. Putra Cancer Research Foundation Scholar in Training Award. Kevin will work as a postdoctoral researcher at UNMC. Congratulations. Isaac J. Melanson from Kimberly, Wisconsin, completed his doctoral studies in medical sciences interdepartmental area, specializing in applied behavioral analysis under the supervision of Dr. Tara Fahmy. Isaac has produced 8 publications and 10 presentations to date. He has accepted a position as an assistant professor at the University of Kansas in Lawrence, Kansas. Congratulations. Corinne Frances Monaco from Selden, New York, completed her doctoral studies in the interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences, specializing in integrative physiology and molecular medicine under the supervision of Dr. John Davis, who's performing the hooding. Her work has produced 6 publications and 10 presentations, along with an American Heart Association predoctoral fellowship. As you heard earlier, Corinne was the recipient of the inaugural Thomas H. Rosenquist Award and a Graduate Student of Distinction. Corinne will continue training as a postdoctoral research associate. Congratulations. Mohammed Ullah Nayanan from Bangladesh completed his doctoral degree in the interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences, specializing in neuroscience under the supervision of Dr. Benson Igdawa and Dr. Howard Gendelman. His research has produced 8 publications and 9 presentations to date, and he has accepted the position of a senior scientist at Pharmaron LLC. Congratulations. Amber Rose Payden from Oakland, Nebraska, completed her doctoral work in the medical sciences interdepartmental area, specializing in applied behavior analysis under the supervision of Dr. Regina Carroll. To date, Amber's work has produced 2 publications and 3 presentations. Amber is faculty at UNMC's Monroe Meyer Institute Integrated Center for Autism Spectrum Disorders. Congratulations. Connor Joseph Phipps from Omaha, Nebraska, completed his degree in the interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences, specializing in neuroscience under the supervision of Dr. David Warren. His research has resulted in 4 publications and 9 presentations. He also earned the Society for Neuroscience Trainee Professional Development Award. Connor has accepted a position as a postdoctoral researcher here at UNMC. Congratulations. Mickey Chantel from Lincoln, Nebraska, received her PhD degree in medical sciences interdepartmental area, specializing in patient-oriented research under the direction of Dr. Tony Wilson, who is performing the hooding. Mickey's research has led to over 20 publications and 8 presentations. She received the R36 NIDA Substance Use Disorder Dissertation Research Award and an F31 predoctoral fellowship. Mickey has accepted the position of postdoctoral research fellow at Columbia University Medical Center in New York. Congratulations. Jill V. Scott from Wayne, Nebraska, has completed her PhD degree in nursing under the mentorship of Dr. Beth Kohlross. In her absence, Dr. Roxanne Vandermouse will be performing the hooding. Jill's work has produced 2 presentations to date. Jill is an associate professor at Nebraska Methodist College here in Omaha. Congratulations. Sahil Sethi from India received his PhD degree in biomedical informatics. Sahil's supervisor was Dr. Babu Gouda, who's performing the hooding. His research has resulted in 7 presentations and 6 publications to date. Sahil will be working as a data engineer. Congratulations. Audrey Leah Smith from Ackworth, Georgia, completed her doctoral studies in the interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences, specializing in cancer research. Her supervisor was Dr. Dalia El Gamal, who is performing the hooding. Her work has produced 9 publications and 5 presentations. Audrey received the Program of Excellence Graduate Research Assistantship, and she was also the recipient of the Harris Award. Congratulations. Natalie Adele Sturd from Overland Park, Kansas, completed her degree in the interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences, specializing in immunology, pathology, and infectious disease. Her supervisor was Dr. Elizabeth Rux. Natalie's research has produced 1 publication and 10 presentations to date. Natalie was a recipient of the UNMC Graduate Studies Assistantship and received the Graduate Studies Student Impact Award. She will continue at UNMC as a medical student. Congratulations. Giselle Cristina Talusti from Sao Paulo, Brazil, completed her doctoral studies in nursing. She pursued her dissertation research under the mentorship of Dr. Wendy Alonso and Dr. Ann Berger, who are performing the hooding. Giselle has produced 3 publications and 4 presentations. She was recipient of multiple scholarships, was president of the Nursing Doctoral Student Association, and a member of the Student Senate. Giselle has accepted the position of postdoctoral research fellow at the MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston, Texas. Congratulations. Kevin Tyner from Northfield, Vermont, conducted his PhD studies in interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences, specializing in neuroscience, under the mentorship of Dr. Stephen Gliski. In his absence, Dr. Warren is performing the hooding. Kevin's work has resulted in 1 publication and 6 presentations to date. He has accepted the position of postdoctoral researcher at the University of Colorado in Aurora, Colorado. Congratulations. David M. Werner from Huntington Station, New York, completed his doctoral work in medical sciences interdepartmental area, specializing in patient-oriented research, under the supervision of Dr. Elizabeth Wellstand, who is performing the hooding. David's work has produced 4 publications and 9 presentations. He also received the Program of Excellence Fellowship and was awarded a Service Learning and Professional Development Badge. Congratulations. Yi Xiao from Wuhan, China, completed her doctoral work in the interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences, specializing in cancer research, under the supervision of Dr. Yixin Dong, who is performing the hooding. Yi has 3 presentations and produced 8 publications so far. She has received the Norman and Bernice Harris Award and was an Epley Institute Cancer Biology trainee. She also won 3rd place in women's doubles badminton at the Cornhusker State Games, which I found very interesting. He will be a postdoctoral researcher here at UNMC. Congratulations. Yi Tao Zhou from Tianjin, China, completed his PhD studies in the interdisciplinary graduate program in biomedical sciences, specializing in molecular genetics and cell biology, under the mentorship of Dr. Kyle Hewitt, who is performing the hooding. Yi Tao has 10 presentations and 2 publications, and received the Wheeler Fund Scholarship and an American Society of Hematology Abstract Achievement Award. Yi Tao has accepted the position of a postdoctoral scholar. Congratulations.
Okay. Congratulations once again to all of you. Well done. There are but a few more steps to take before our graduates move forward into the next stage of their lives and careers. One will take place tomorrow, when degrees are conferred at the UNMC commencement ceremony, which will be held at Baxter Arena, and you're all invited. Another step occurs now as the graduate students take an oath written by UNMC graduate students, pledging their professional integrity. Graduating students, please stand up and take the oath along with me as it is displayed on the screen. I faithfully pledge to uphold my take it with me, I'm not hearing any voices. Oh, is this appearing? Okay. Okay. I faithfully pledge to uphold my professional integrity by maintaining the highest standard of ethics and quality in my pursuit of academic and professional excellence. I will uphold an unwavering commitment to report and interpret my research or professional findings with steadfast honesty and clarity. I pledge to share openly and generously my discoveries, obstacles, and triumphs. I will work to improve our world through communication with peers and teaching students of all ages. I will strive to be continually conscious of the responsibility that accompanies the endowment of my degree. It is with tremendous pride and enthusiasm that I seal my commitment to advance mankind through extraordinary biomedical research, teaching, or provision of service. Thank you. You may be seated. And now, graduates, congratulations again to each and every one of you for your extraordinary accomplishments and the resiliency you have shown in completing your rigorous training here at UNMC. You've made it to this day after years upon years of hard work, after late nights, after long days, and after overcoming hurdles along the way. You have made many sacrifices, you've given up so much, and now you're about to be rewarded with your hard-earned degrees. Some of you will be continuing to postdoctoral training, while others are going on to a new job in industry. Some of you will be taking on a teaching job at an institution of higher learning. Whatever your situation may be, we are very proud of each and every one of you and what you've accomplished. And we are equally confident that you have great careers ahead of you. Breakthrough discoveries during this past year demonstrate the importance of why we need each and every one of you to train as graduate students who will be continuing the research that will provide solutions to grand challenges in health and science. As examples of recent major breakthroughs in 2023, the Food and Drug Administration approved the very first ever CRISPR gene editing therapy for sickle cell therapy. You heard Dr. Leonard talk about CRISPR, paving the way for potentially curing this genetic disease and others. A new Alzheimer's drug, lecanemab, received full FDA approval, offering hope for slowing down the progress of this debilitating disease. And as you know, there's incredible work going on here as well in the area of Alzheimer's. A new vaccine and a new drug were approved to fight the common RSV virus that attacks the respiratory tract and lungs of infants and toddlers every year. For the very first time, modified pig kidneys were transplanted into humans, raising future hope that thousands of people who die each year while waiting for a kidney may be saved. At the same time, during 2023, the COVID-19 pandemic was declared over, but we continue to deal with the post-pandemic issues of long COVID, a rise in behavioral disorders, and multiple other challenges that have arisen, and how our lives have changed since COVID. Finally, 2023 I would describe as the year artificial intelligence broke into the mainstream of our lives with the release of ChatGPT and other AI programs that are now being used for a wide range of activities, including diagnosing and managing medical conditions. While currently far from perfect, it points to a promising future era of democratized healthcare and personalized medicine but it also carries the inherent risk of incredible misinformation and disinformation that we have to tackle, and you have to help us tackle as you move on. So you, at 2024 graduates, are now poised to begin the next phase of your lives and continue this legacy of discovery. In doing so, I encourage you to choose to bring your full passion, enthusiasm, and grit to every situation you will be a part of. Remember, you're on a lifelong journey of excellence. So strive to keep looking for that golden opportunity in every adverse situation of your life to transform yourself, and in doing so, to transform your community, and ultimately, to transform the lives of everyone around you and to change the world. In doing so, do take care of your physical and emotional health. Ensure that you remain integrated into your social networks and draw strongly on your family and friends to support you during the challenging times of your lives. One of the most important things we learned during the lockdowns and social isolation of the recent pandemic is the connectedness. That connectedness is an integral part of who we are as human beings. I encourage you to get involved and to become agents of positive change in the communities you'll be working in. We are very confident that you have received extraordinary training here at UNMC and that you will excel and be future leaders and giants in your chosen fields long after you have left us. I want to leave you with the words of Winston Churchill, who said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." And now, go out, solve the problems that change the world, persevere, and know that we are with you in believing that you really can lead and believe that you can change the world. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in congratulating our class of 2024. Turn around. You're getting a standing O. You want to look around and see. Okay. As we conclude this convocation, I would like all of us, especially the graduates, to recognize those individuals to whom you are intricately entangled, those who have enabled you to reach this day. First, the husbands, wives, partners, significant others, and children of our graduates. Please stand and remain standing. Hold your applause. Please stand. Hold your applause. Hold your applause. Second, the parents of graduating students. Please stand and remain standing. Next, grandparents, aunts, uncles, other relatives and friends of our graduates, and anybody else who's intricately connected. That should be everybody. Please stand. Okay. Graduates, please congratulate them. We thank each and every one of you for the major investments you have made in our graduates and in UNMC. Please be seated. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize some very dedicated individuals who have spent years with these graduates, preparing them for lives of continued learning, dedicated study, and service to others. The individuals, of course, of whom I speak are our amazing faculty. Would all the faculty members please stand? Graduates, please congratulate and thank the faculty. Please be seated. Lastly, to you graduates, as you continue to strive for excellence in reaching your career goals, I wish you good health, happiness, and success in the challenging years ahead. I hope to see each and every one of you tomorrow. And now you and your guests are welcome to join us across the hall for a reception as we continue to celebrate your accomplishments. And congratulations once again on your achievements in reaching this convocation day. Good luck and Godspeed. Thank you.